Hello, I'm Beth Wheeler and this is Lori Marquette. Together we are the Two Sipsters Studio. We'll never be biological sisters, but we are sipsters. And about 6 years ago we developed a technique for printing fabulous artwork on fabric. Each of the pieces starts out as a photo. It's altered on the computer, printed on fabric, and then we drop this sewing machine feed dogs and do free motion outlining and detail work on the sewing machine. We've written 2 books on the process. One is Altered Photo Artistry, and it's mostly about the sewing machine end of the technique. And Next Steps in Altered Photo Artistry is more about the computer part of the technique. And Lori's going to print a photo for us. The fabric. This is the fabric we use, Muttonhead Photo Fabric. It's our own brand. It comes in both sheets and rolls. When it comes out of the package, it looks like this. It's plain white fabric on one side and paper on the other side. The paper is there just to support it as it travels through the inkjet printer. The fabric side has a coating on it that makes the water-soluble ink in your inkjet printer permanent on the fabric. So that's how we get these beautiful colors. And because we're working, most households have an 8.5 inch wide printer. We've come up with a little technique that divides the image into sections that print out on the sheets of fabric and then leave a small seam allowance all the way around. So this is 4 sheets of fabric stitched together, and then we treat it as one large panel. I put a fleece on the back and then drop the feed dogs on the sewing machine. The fleece really supports the stitches. And then of course I like to add lots of embellishments, buttons, beads, fibers, and lots of stitching. We have a print coming out of the printer now. And even though you've printed thousands of times on paper, sometimes when you see that print coming out of the printer on fabric, it's just such an exciting moment. This is a photo that we took in my garden in the front of the house, and we've altered it on the computer using Photoshop Elements. You can use any photo editing software you like, but Photoshop Elements is available for both PC and for Mac, and it's very reasonably priced. As I mentioned, the fabric comes in both sheets and in rolls, and here at the Creative Festival, we're introducing our 13-inch wide roll of fabric. That means fewer seams, and you can print in longer strips. So you simply set up your printer to print a custom size sheet, and of course you do want a border, so don't tell it to set it on borderless printing or you'd be in trouble. Then we print, and you can see the print emerging now. Lori has applied what we call the rule of 25 to this altered image. Once we have a print that we like on plain paper, we increase the saturation or the contrast 25%, and that gives us a print on fabric that's very similar to the print on paper. And then you separate the fabric from the paper. Please recycle the paper, and then the fabric is ready for your artistic touches. So please visit us at threadography.net. That's threadography.net, and you can find our fabrics, our books, and some of our artwork. Thanks for joining us.